Hello and welcome to this TCB match report with me, Sam Turner, and I will be giving my reaction to a game I went to on Tuesday night with my beloved Swansea playing Leeds United in the Championship at the Liberty. It was the first game I've been to see this season for Swansea, and the first game I've seen in the Championship since I saw Swansea pay Burnley at the Liberty, and they won 1-0, and that was in our promotion season in the Championship. Of course, I've seen games in the Premier League, but yeah, this is my first game of the season for Swansea, and the first game I've seen in the Championship in a while. And it's actually the first game in a long time that I've been to see at the Liberty, because I am Sussex based, which means that I kind of go to away games a lot, including like Southampton, Crystal Palace and Fulham when they were in the Premier League. So it was really nice to get down to the Liberty. We combined it with a trip to see a family. So here is a bit of footage of the way down and a bit of footage going over the bridge and the Wales entry sign as such, and then after that I'll talk a bit about the preview to the game, which I like, what I thought about the match before it went on, and then of course I'll show you a bit of footage of like the training on the pitch beforehand, and then I'll give you my reaction and kind of summarize it, of course. So here we are. Of course, it's our first season back in the Championship, and we have made a good start to life in the Championship by winning 2 games and, of course, drawing 2 games now. Before this Leeds game, I thought this might be our game that we kind of like lose for the first time in the Championship, and me and my dad and my whole family were thinking that, yeah, this is a game that we're going to lose, because Leeds looked unstoppable in their first 3 games, and I still think they do, but I'll get a bit onto that later. And they had a 100% record, winning 3 out of 3, and then they also beat Bolton in the AFL Cup, and they scored 9 goals in that time, those 3 games in the Championship, which meant they were first. And of course, they did dispatch good teams as well, including the likes of Stoke and Derby. So, and of course they got Marcelo Bielsa there as well. So we thought, gosh, looking at the past few games, we've done well, and we've done really, really well to win these kind of games, hard games against Sheffield United and Preston, and we showed good resilience against Birmingham. We thought, actually, Leeds will kind of show us up here, because they've got a bit more experience to us. They've got the confidence behind them, not that we don't. It just looked like we're going to be demolished somewhat by them. Not demolished, but you know what I mean, exposed a bit. So we, as I said earlier, we were thinking that we weren't going to get a lot from this game, but I was really excited for this game, because it's a big clash in the Championship. I was really excited to see I can't pronounce his name for some reason, Marcelo Bielsa on the touchline on his little stool, as well as I was really looking forward to seeing Swansea play and their new youngsters and kind of the youthfulness of the squad, and hoping that we would actually get a good display, because the few times I've been to see Swansea, it's been a bit disappointing, and it didn't disappoint, which I'll get onto later. But yeah, it was good to see the new managers, Potter, of course, our manager, on the touchline, as well as Marcelo Bielsa, because he is kind of a manager that is a legend in some countries, and of course well respected in the footballing community, at least for his philosophies, maybe not for his managerial history as of late. Of course, he almost got Lille relegated, but he is admired by the likes of Pep Guardiola, so it was really, really exciting to see him on the touchline and see a team managed by him. But yes, here's a bit of footage of me and my dad walking and driving to the football.
Right, take a picture and
So we were located just behind the goal in the family stand, a bit similar to the view that we had at Hart at Tynecastle that time. And it was a nice view. Of course, you can't tell a lot of depth, but here's a video of our view for the match. And here is a obligatory picture and video, or this video this time, of the goalkeepers warming up. Of course, Swansea were without Nordveld, the Swedish third keeper for Sweden, and of course went to the World Cup because he had sustained an injury early in I think it was the Preston game. So it was Erdwin Mulder, who also came from here in Wien, and Bender, a youth player, training at our end, which was really good to see, because me and my dad are always early. Sadly, my granddad couldn't make it, but we're hoping to go down sometime again, so you might see another one of these. But yeah, we go really early, so we see the goalkeepers warming up, and it's become tradition for me to video and take photos, whether that be of Gerhard Tremmel in the past or Lucas Fabianski. So it's kind of become a ritual of mine as such. So here's a bit of footage. Here's another obligatory photo, but of me at the game. So the game itself was a very, very exciting game, and I actually would like to say that it's one of the best games actually for gameplay I've ever seen. Of course, if you didn't know, it was a 2-2 draw in the end, and it was just brilliant. Every kind of minute was so exciting. It was very end-to-end. No team was completely dominant, and it was just good football on offer, because I think the quality of the both sides was extremely good. So it was a real kind of, not grudge match, but kind of high-performing match. Players-wise, for Leeds, I thought Saiz and Roof looked the most dangerous of their kind of forwards. And I think that they've got a real good kind of backbone of the team as well, because Ayling, of course, the ex-Yeovil defender, looked really, really strong at the back. I mean, I know he was shoving McBurney a lot, but that's another issue. He should have been at least carded at some point. But they looked like a really strong sides lead, and I can see why they have done so well so far, because they press at you from the front, and it's a bit like you see at Manchester City and at Liverpool, and it just works. It just works for them, because they all press as a group on the defenders, and it gives them no opportunity for the Swans to play out from the back, which kind of makes us a bit nervy sometimes. As for Swansea, key performers were Roden. I really, really, really rated Roden's performance. Of course, he's kind of been pulled in from the youth team due to us only having one senior centre back. Hopefully that'll be sorted out in the near future, but I don't see Roden being dropped, actually, because his performance was brilliant. I can see a lot of Mawson in him, because he takes the ball out from the defence very, very well. But I actually can see he's a bit more concentrated than Mawson, a bit more calm, a bit more composed, because he and a bit less arrogant. Not that Mawson was arrogant, but I think there's some sort of kind of thing in Mawson's head that makes him do a bit of odd things, and I didn't see this in Roden's game. And him and Van der Hoorn looked very, very good at the back. As for other players, I thought Roberts was really good. Connor Roberts, another good youngster, basically played his heart out, and he was getting a bit niggled by the one of the Leeds players throughout the match, but he dealt with that well. And of course, you've got to rate McBurney's performance. I think probably man of the match performance from him, because he was absolutely unstoppable. He had a tough night against Birmingham, but those tough nights pay off, because he had a great night last Tuesday night. Of course, scoring the 2 goals for us. A very, very coolly taken strike in the first half, of course, which put us 1-0 up. I think it could have been given as a penalty if he hadn't have scored, because he got clattered afterwards. But it was a very good finish. But I think Peacock Farrell, the Leeds keeper, could have done better. If I was a Leeds fan, I still wouldn't seem quite confident. I would probably stick Blackman in instead, because I think he's a bit better from my kind of idea of Jamal Blackman's ability. But yeah, I think he is going to be in the Scotland squad in the next few years, and I think he will be a regular goal scorer for us this season because he's tireless, McBurney. No one can stop him. He's got a bit of Scottish grit. I know I just did a Scottish accent. I'm so sorry, but he does, and he really does wear his heart on his sleeve, and it's just brilliant to watch him play. And I think Selena and Mackay behind him really, really work well because they just link up so well. Of course, you got the Scottish link with Mackay, and Selena's kind of adds to that bit of flair and the sight of kind of goal, if that makes any sense. You can see a good pass. As for the team generally, I thought we played really well, and Leeds played really, really well. I think, though that Leeds actually, of course, scored 2, I think they were really not fluky goals, but we fell asleep. And if I was a player, I think Leroy Fur pointed out on Instagram afterwards, they just lost focus, and that led to those 2 goals being conceded, and of course us drawing because we were winning twice. Of course, McBurney putting ahead twice, but the size goal in the Kamar Roof goal in the first half, just we fell asleep. We let them come into the byline, which they were really dangerous from, and Kamar Roof was unmarked in the middle. Shouldn't have let that happen. And then the second goal to make it 2-2 from Hernandez. Of course, it had to be our old friend Pablo. But again, Van der Horn kind of was a bit rash with the ball, let it go out wide looked like a safe position. And then, of course, we were so close to getting it away. And then Olsen didn't quite see Pablo in his sights. And Pablo, of course, put the finish away. It was really, really annoying, those 2 goals. And I think they could be taken out of our game in the future. But we just lost focus. Both teams will be up there in the Championship this season, though. I'm really optimistic for Swansea now this season. I don't know if we're going to get promoted still, but I think we'll give it a real good go. And as for Leeds, I think this is their time. They looked amazing. They looked like a Premier League side to be. They almost reminded me of Wolves a bit last season, playing really, really good football. And it's good to see that from them because they've had a tough few years, of course, even going down to League One. So it's good to see them, and they brought some tremendous support to them at the Liberty. But I think they will definitely have enough to be up there at the top this season. I don't think this kind of draw will set them back, really. But I think for us, it's a point gain rather than 2 points lost, in that we were in winning positions. Other than that, I was really, really happy with our performance. Really, really enjoyed the match. Really, really makes me want to go back to the Liberty again and maybe see another game, and hopefully we'll be doing that. But yeah, great game. Absolutely loved it. Great to be back at the Liberty. I hope you've enjoyed this reaction. Let me know your opinions on the match if you saw it on Sky TV. And did you see me on Sky TV? Because a mate saw me. We were just in front of a camera before the kickoff, before the adverts. So if you saw us, maybe comment down below and give us a like as well. Yeah, let me know your opinions. Hope you've enjoyed this TCB match report on the Swansea Leeds game on the 21st of August. Look out for other podcasts and other shows on our YouTube, iTunes, etc. And of course, go check us out on Twitter, which is at Box Commentary, as well as Instagram, which is also at Box Commentary. But yes, thank you for listening and watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Enjoy your footballing weekend, and I shall see you soon. See ya. And of course, don't forget to be awesome. See ya.